Let me go quickly to, is it Maggot on 2, all the way from Egypt.
Super Escobar. Hey, Jesse, I asked Hake this question last week. He couldn't answer me, but can you name one good thing that came from Africa? No disrespect to Mommy Africa, though.
One good thing that came from Africa. No, I can't think of anything. Sorry.
No disrespect to Mommy Africa.
CNN is reporting that there were at least 12 mass shootings across the U.S. this weekend.
This past weekend, there were more than a dozen mass shootings across this country. Is there a crime problem in this country?
Well, I would say certainly there is a guns problem, and that's something the president would say.
See how dumb that is? It's not a gun problem. It's a crime problem caused by people. The gun doesn't say, well, oh, Lord, let me just get up and go and see who I can kill today. It's a people problem. It's not a gun problem, you lying heifer. A new 25-foot statue was unveiled in New York to honor African culture. What is African culture? Ooh, that looks scary. What is that? What is it? It looks like an outer space alien or something.
I guess I'm putting my own ego. I guess I don't know, because I deal with a lot of shit at work. I'm a hardworking man.
A man's supposed to deal with shit.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're on Earth for.
Man. Yes, sir. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your question?
Man, you
for
just
me?
put it in perspective.
Man.
What the?
Prince Harris, this is for you. Princess Harry now. Beta! It took a black female with issues to bring down the Queen House. According to the Daily Mail, Harry revealed that his wife had told him she was going to commit suicide, but didn't because she didn't want him to lose hell, right? I would have been like, why do you go and do it? What the? Manipulative, right? She got you, Harry. It's over, buddy. When a man loves a woman, how sad is that, right? This woman brought him down. And when I look at Oprah, such an evil, nasty, dirty woman, female with issues, when these men are sitting there with her, telling her all their weakness and all that, she looked like she just getting a high from it. He's like, yeah, come on, tell mama. I'm getting life from you. Tell mama. Tell mama all about it. Tell mama what you need. Look how stupid Princess Harry looked sitting there. The guy looked defeated. Defeated. And Oprah looked like she getting high off it.
Didn't we also report that they're saying hiking? That there's too many white people hiking?
Did they say that?
There's something they said.
They want to try to get more black people hiking or something like that.
Are you
It's like
serious?
if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Who cares?
I was just joking. Don't mess up that. Let them keep their hiking.
Oh,
they got to go somewhere to relieve the stress. What the?
So we just talked about Samuel Cassidy.
Well, black women definitely need to hike. They're so fat.
Yeah, it's a good way to...
Yeah, get some of that fat off.
But
anyway.
I wanted to bring this back to...
Not all, but most.
Right.
I just noticed that you have a goatee but no mustache. What happened to your mustache?
Because I've never had a mustache.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
You look like you...
Samuel has a mustache.
Who?
I look too Mexican with a mustache.
You don't want to look like a Mexican?
No.
You don't want to look like a Mexican?
Not really.
Too
You'll fit
late.
in more.
Too late.
Huh?
You'll fit in more.
They seem to only have a drag queen male running for governor. Can you imagine that? We're going to get rid of one bad governor and put in someone that's worse. A man that doesn't even know he's a man. He thinks he's a woman.
Yeah, and so that kind of brings up my next question. I'm going through this brutal divorce. I mean, fortunately, she moved out of the house, but we're going through this brutal divorce with these attorneys, really expensive. And as far as like dating, right? What do you think about guys that are in my situation about dating again?
Why are you?
I'm old.
Why
50,
are you thinking of dating? Period. Why are you thinking of that at this time?
I'm alone. I'm just lonely.
You need to be
Really
alone.
lonely.
You need to be alone so you can know the Father, and not replace it with another woman. You keep using women as your God. You're going to keep going. You'll be 90 going through this.
What about a dog?
You going to date a dog?
No, can you get a...
I want to go all the way over to South Korea and talk to Matthew. Matthew, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, sir.
Hey, hello, Matthew.
I just want to tell you how much I love you.
Oh, amazing. How much? Diana is a first-time caller out of Missouri. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Okay. All right. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Are you black?
Prospect Heights. No, I'm Italian and Irish.
Okay.
I lived on St. Mark's Avenue, and the blacks lived at the other half.
Right.
And Puerto Ricans and Italians lived on the other half. So what I'm saying is that from what I heard and from what I learned is that years ago that they used to bomb the black people's houses.
Let me ask you, Diana, who told you that their homes were bombed?
Oh, I learned it in. I took a college course in history, and I think it was in the 1800s. Like,
why did you believe that?
Because I seen it. I read it, and I seen it, pictures of it, and.
But suppose it's a
documented.
setup. It was a brainwashing technique.
No, I seen it. I seen the pictures, everything. No,
Right,
it was in
but
college.
is it possible that was part of the brainwashing technique?
No, I just think that.
Why do you say no?
Because I learned it. I didn't learn this in regular public school. I learned this in college.
But that's even worse.
I should have learned this in school. And indentured slaves, I never even knew about indentured slaves.
And the indentured slave don't even know about indentured slave. That's another brainwashing thing.
Well, my...
Please welcome author and activist Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Hi, Reverend Peterson. How you doing?
Hi, how you Tammy? All is well. Thanks for having me on.
Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Umar Johnson is with us. Dr. Umar, hey.
Good evening, Queen. Glad to be with you.
And the president of the African History Network, Michael Imhotep. Hi, Michael. How are you tonight?
How you doing, Miss Tammy Mack? Thanks for having me back.
Why should Black people care if they're a sellout or not? Dr. Umar, sellout.
I would say that when you deal with the concept of the sellout, you have to deal with it within the context of post-traumatic slavery disease. Post-traumatic slavery disease.
He has no idea what he's talking about because there's no such thing as slavery syndrome or whatever he said. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. And in the good old days when boys were boys and men were men, they taught their children how to work and be responsible and not blame and whine. And they didn't put it out there as though they couldn't make it.
Reverend Jesse, I don't think we should suggest that one person knows more than the other in a sense of you saying you know it all.
Yeah, well, I may not know my flowers, but I know Dr. Umar Johnson is blind and that he's wrong. If you knew that our battle is a battle between good and evil, then you wouldn't make up words in order to deceive. You would tell the truth and hope that those who are blind may wake up and see the right way to go.
Jesse Lee Peterson, he would be a textbook definition of a sellout. See, racism is a system. A Black man in America who does not stand up for his people and in turn aligns himself with the structure that is eating away at the opportunities of Black people can go very far in this country. Senator Tim Scott is an example. Jesse Lee Peterson is an example.
Let's go to the chat and find out what they're saying. Maya Magahi says, this panel is lit. Don Morris says, Jesse, Jesse, Jesse. And then Keep Me Lovely says, imagine asking a white person, why should you care about this word? Hashtag not for sale. I'll get a white person on the show and ask them. The one from None says, Jesse holds Black people accountable.
Once upon a time, there were slaves in America. That is not happening today. This idea that slavery is the cause of the lack of morality for Black people is insane. The world knows that Black people are suffering not because of this phony idea of racism, slavery, systemic racism, and all that crap. They know that Black people are immoral, that they come from failing parents, and that they hate everybody and they have no love.
But
everybody
that's not your
knows
story,
it,
is it,
but
Reverend?
they're afraid to tell the Blacks. The two men that just spoke, it made no sense.
Racism is about systemic injustice, systemic bias, systemic disproportionality, systemic discrimination, systemic. You do
That's
not
dumb.
opt out of you do not opt out
That
of
is
racism.
dumb.
All white people benefit from and participate in racism. All white people benefit from the mass incarceration of Black people.
Dr. Umar is evil for putting out a lie like that because people are going to believe in
Let's
it.
refrain from calling people names.
It's important that we understand the difference between the Negro and the coon. Sister Tammy, this is a very important distinction that has to be made. The Negro is innocent in his ignorance, Sister Tammy. As Brother Michael said earlier, some people make mistakes against the race unknowingly. But the coon voluntarily identifies with his oppressor because there is an agenda that he's looking to get filled.
To hear Michael and Dr. Umar speak the way is abnormal for men.
There is nothing more effeminate than a white man defending the white power structure against Black people. There is nothing more effeminate than a Black man defending the white power structure against Black people.
Hey, why are you speaking? Hold on.
You are a disgrace to your race.
And so normally
Dr. Umar,
the men with the logical mindset would bring the women and children to a logical mindset to help them to overcome. But now the Black men, not all but most, they think like their mothers and grandmothers. So they all think just like women, and that's why you can't get it right.
There is levels to the coon kingdom. You have your grade A coons like Jesse Lee Peterson and Charles Barkley. And then you have your grade B coons, which would be like a Kendrick Perkins and a Shaq. And then you have your grade C coons, which would be like a Steve Harvey.
Reverend Jesse.
Yes.
You're a part of the coon kingdom, he says.
That's right. You know, it's sad to see that most Black people believe that they're all the same. They are going by colors. And so they're all in the same pot, headed down to the road to destruction. Donald Trump, he wasn't into the color thing. He was into what is right. And that's why he was able to help Black people more so than any other president that we have had in the last, I don't know how many years, right? Obama was the worst, by the way, but Donald Trump was the best. I call him the great white hope. Black people went to work. They started buying homes and starting families and things like that because of Donald Trump. But these people like Dr. Umar and Michael, they're into their color. They're in a fallen state. They're weak males and they cannot see.
So as far as I'm concerned, we should have jobs at all different levels of these companies that we spend money with, but bring that money back to the African American community.
You guys need to stop begging, man.
Bring that money back to the
Black people.
Please, sir, don't interrupt.
Talk about what stop begging, Michael. What men do?
I'm not begging.
Men make things happen. They don't beg. They don't beg.
Jesse, you wouldn't know a man if you met one.
They don't want reparations. They made
Jesse.
their way. The black man when I was growing up, they made their way. They didn't beg the white man for anything because they
It's
didn't.
It's not begging white people. Wait a
that
second.
white men were superior.
If you go back
them.
to you,
all
don't
you're
say
doing
excuse
is making
you.
excuses.
No. You don't want to talk about the compromise of 1877, which was the compromise between the Republicans and the Democrats, and you don't want to talk about the lily white movement of 1928. Now, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation. It's not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn.
Michael, it's time to stop asking for freebies. I understand the women doing that because
you ever studied the Farmers Home Association 1930?
I understand why women are doing it, but because hold on, Michael.
You're going to talk about the $26 billion.
What Michael is talking about happened over 100 years ago or so. It's time out for black people to stop begging. I'm sick of it. We can make our own way. Black people can make their own way if they get up and do it. That's why we have to overcome this cultural thing, because blacks who are into their culture, they think that all blacks are just like them, begging and blaming and whining and talking about 150 years ago and all that. Why not live now? Especially black men, they need to stop begging for freebies. America is an amazing place, right? And whatever you want to do in this country, you can do it. You can make
it. That thought. Okay, yes, that is true. That is so true. I'll have to agree with you on that, Reverend Jesse. Whatever you want to do in this country, you can do.
Yeah. What a mess. Patty is a first-time caller out of San Diego. Patty, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Well, I watch you a lot. I really do. And I think you're a very intelligent person for someone that has not had, college. It doesn't seem like you like the people that are educated.
Well, I don't dislike them. It's just that they're dumb.
Oh, my God. 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 No,
Why do you keep saying, oh, my God? You're not supposed to say that.
Honey, I'm 70.
I'm not your honey.
74.
I'm not your honey. What the?
Wow. Oh, Jesse.
Patty, thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Do you really believe
Call me
that?
again. Thank you, Patty.
Oh, God, you're going to run. Oh.
I'm going to run. What the? That's supposed to make me just talk. Super Chats and D-Live.
I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization. I stand here today a proud first-generation Latina and officer at CIA.
Amazing. Nice. I think this is a commercial joke, because if it's true that she's in there, the CIA, she did sneak in. Really. Amazing.
At least these people that have to insist on mooching off the government could at least send a thank you card out once in a while. I'm 65. I got a bad back. I'm out here driving a truck and humping canoes.
Let me go to Lester, a first-time caller out of Los Angeles. Lester, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
You say you're a pastor, but Leviticus 21:5 say you shouldn't cut your beard or your hair, and your hair and your beard is cut, and you say you're a pastor.
That's important to you?
Yes.
Why is that
Because
important? Are you a Christian?
No, I'm a Jew.
You a Jew? Are you one of those black Israelite Jews?
No, just by blood. That's what the Bible's about. Hebrews. If you're a pastor, you should know that.
You a Hebrew Jew?
Hebrews is Afro. The word Hebrew means Afro. Christ was a Jew, right? Wasn't Christ a Jew?
And so which is more important to you, your Afro or your soul? Yeah, Obama said that. You don't want to get between Michelle and a tamale. Isn't that something? What a pig. Oink, oink. The acting Secretary of the Navy, Thomas Harker, released yesterday a memo outlining his effort to promote diversity, equality, and inclusion. That sounds gay, right?
Savage. King Cole. Savage. Beta. Savage. 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 Beta. Savage. 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 Beta. Savage. 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 Savage, 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 beta, savage, 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 beta. Donations, 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 donations. Donations, donations, gifts, 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 more gifts, more gifts, more gifts.
Evgeny Crosby with a diamond. Jesse, LeBron James needs the men's conference bad.
If ever anyone needed the men's conference, it's LeBron James. He is off.
Get a life.